Welcome back to Improvision Entertainment. My name is Hunterman, and this is Okami HD. Or if you're watching it later on YouTube, potentially Okami UHD. I am hopefully uploading this as the first 4K resolution video that's going to YouTube. And if that ends up not being the case for anybody watching later on YouTube, I apologize. But I've done my best. You can ask Carl here in the chat, a whole bunch of other people. I've tried to start Okami several times since it got voted on for second place last month. I can see, what is this game's theme or purpose? Okay, so here, let's see if we can get the title screen thing to start over. But my understanding of Okami is it is a game in which you're playing as a deity come back to save the land. You're actually a forest spirit or something, named Okami. Oh no, not named Okami actually. Named Amatesuru? Amy. And the game plays out like one of the many 3D Zeldas before Breath of the Wild, to my understanding. I've been very interested in playing it for a long time, but never gotten to. And as you can see, it is stylized, pretty painted as all get out. So, I thought there was going to actually be an in-game intro there, but... Oh, and let me make sure I've... Okay, now when I knock it to full screen, it should look like this. Unlike everything it was looking like every other time I tried to do this. So you guys in the chat, let me know if I suddenly become inaudible or if the game becomes too loud so I can tweak the settings, because this is the first episode. Let's see here. I think I pressed start, but maybe not. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a tiny village by the name of Kamiki. Legend tells of a horrible beast that threatened the residents. It also tells of the wolf that risked it all to protect them. Controlling the very fabric of existence, this wolf stood up against the beast many times its size and banished the darkness. This is the Ethereal Wolf's valiant act. This Ethereal Wolf's valiant act, uttered in an age of tranquility, the villagers' hearts swelled with respect and adoration of the wolf. Huh. There you go. I think maybe I missed actually hitting the menu button to start the game, but worst case scenario, we'll get back to the title screen. I don't know how it looks like Crash Bandicoot's PSP version, though. Do you just mean that it's got a cel shaded look to it? Yeah, I figured that was title screen. I think I've heard that enough times in the past couple of minutes. Okay, so begin story. Oops. New save data will be created. That is good. Gotta make sure so... Well, actually, I guess I'll take a look at controls. Fan menu? We have menu for all you fans. Graphics a bit lower and gameplay? Let's see here. Celestial brush. Listen, examine back. Sub tackle. Face camera forwards. Yep, this seems a little bit like Zelda. And left bumper for POV. Cool. Map on trigger? Alright. Normal camera control. Filter normal? Did it just get dark on here? Filter heavy, filter light. Sound settings. Original settings? I was just looking for subtitles. What's original settings? Aspect ratio 16:9. Mini screen. Wait, turn the loading screen mini games on or off? Why would I want those off? Just because I can't see them? Because it'll load too fast? I hope subtitles are just on. Well, here we go, guys. Well, okay then. Hopefully I'm not in the way of any of the game's interface. I've done my best to research ahead of time. I can't read that. Story Hideki Kami. I can only read from left to right horizontally. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nested in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. This is not exactly the same intro. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. That doesn't seem good. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on its necks, the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. It's very pretty. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Yeah, that makes sense. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the Beast's Cave in place of his beloved. Good luck with that, my dude. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. Seeing a map open with left trigger? Oh, right, yeah. Must mean map isn't that important. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Baring its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. And as Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, yoink! Suddenly a tree. A gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. But Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously towards Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened... Oh, I'm gonna fumble that. To Tsukuyomi? No, wait, I'm sorry, that's Su. Tsukuyomi. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. Oh, good luck with that. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years have passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. If it happened really quickly, wouldn't that be noticing? Wouldn't you notice? Is that the sword? Is this the legendary sword? That's exactly what I'm asking myself. Is this Tsukuyomi the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? Dots. No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend. Nothing but a fairy tale. Are those 8 heads? What are you doing, man? Foolish mortal? Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me, and unleash my power. Choosing not to, huh? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Person runs, person runs. Yeah, it looks like you done fucked up. Now loading. Okay, skip the loading. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village, enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Wood Sprite Sakuya. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. Oh no, not the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, it is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Amaterasu. Right. Okami Amaterasu. Oh. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Wait, I thought the statue was of a male wolf. Sniff. Dots. Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon, which, if I'm not mistaken, is actually the name of Japan. I don't actually believe Japan is called Japan, to my understanding. It's called Nippon. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Hmm? Eh? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? That seems inappropriate. Oh ho ho! Oh hee 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 hee! Ah ha 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 ha! Yes, this seems massively inappropriate. Phew, what on earth? You again? You again? Ow, 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 are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Very inappropriate. Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Asun. Asun? Wandering artist Asun. I mean, I can't see him. He won't stand still. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long until you're bowing before my great brush. Well, that... what? Okay, I mean, that's not a bad picture. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? I'ma eat you. What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. I knew it. I told you I was gonna eat you. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in a wolf's slobber. Why? What's wrong with a wolf's slobber? You'll regret messing with the great Asun. Don't make me use my prize sword, Denkomaru, against you. I'm gonna have so much trouble with these names. Whoa, what's that growling sound? Not the wolf? Amitosuru. And why is it so dark anyway? Oh, great god Amitosuru. We were having a real discussion before Bug interrupted us. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit? Well, that's got to be some innuendo. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees return to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. Remember, guys, in JRPGs, important text is in other colors. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're going to reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Alright. What in the world? There's something blocking the road leading back to the village. Am I still dreaming? Okay, so I guess that icon down there means fixed camera. Headbutt. I have a bark button? Well, that's awesome. I have a dig? Interesting. Alright. I'm leafy when I land. So what's here? I don't know if I need to leave. Did I do that right? Skip button? Where are we? I got an awful quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around. The bumper changes your point of view. Boy, you really look so helpless. You sure you're gonna be okay? Can I go back the way I came? Was I supposed to get that fruit? Also, when it says you can skip, does that just mean... I think that just means the loading. I don't think I'm actually, like, skipping a plot thing. Examine? That fruit sure is growing in a high place. The only way we're gonna reach that is with some kind of special power. I assume I don't have it yet. I can't jump up there. Alright, just checking. Whoa, 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 I have a run button. Or, I don't have a run button. I have a run for a while. What? Hold on. That's an origin mirror. No, wait. Or, did I say that right? Why does that not look like origin now? They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Is that like a save point? I'm gonna put it shortly. You can save your progress here. And let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way, you could always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes. That's true, there's an achievement for beating the game with less than 5 deaths, so let's get on that. Save button. Hold that save so fast. Look at all those pots, just waiting to be broken. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Press X to bust them with your head. Way to go, furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Ooh, hello, what's that? Yen? I'm a wolfie, what do I need yen for? Okay, I can't... camera's backwards. Of course it is. Can I switch the camera? Camera control, normal. Invert Y-axis. Invert X-axis? I can never remember which one's which. That feels right. Whoa, whoa, hold on there, Furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press A to jump. Then press A again to do a wall jump. Wolfie wall jump? But make sure you don't press it... But make sure you press it firmly so you can jump really high. Oh no, firm jumping. What? I knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places. So keep your eyes peeled. We don't want to miss any treasure. Where did that... Oh, I was about to say, where did this treasure go? You obtained a Holy Bone S. I guess it's a Holy Bone Small? Amichisoro's favorite snack. Restores 3 units of solar energy. I have solar energy. I am a solar-powered wolf. That is entertaining. I hope this looks smooth to you guys, because I'm not sure it's looking smooth to me. Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amitasura, was it? That's kinda long. Mind if I call you Amy? Listen, Amy. Ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It'd take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of the many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I've practiced it really hard just to master this one technique. But there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? It's a good question. Alright, having revealed that, to anybody who is watching later on YouTube, I thank you for watching. This has been Okami HD, presented by Improvision Entertainment. I've been Huntermun, and we will continue this in the next section. See you in the future.